I can't wait. Wait till you see what's about to pull up here in a second, guys. Britt's out here tirelessly working.
Yeah, right now I'm just doing little odds and ends that need to be fixed up.
As usual. Heck
I
yeah.
love it.
It's awesome. I'm glad you love it.
I really do.
So I bought a truck and I'm waiting for it to get here. So we'll see.
It'll be here soon.
That was a super score.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you tell them what you bought it for?
Nope, not yet. They gotta wait to see it.
Yo, freak.
Yeah, buddy. So I'm just waiting.
Patiently. Not
Yeah.
patiently.
It's killing me right now.
It is. He's got like anxiety waiting for it.
I came up with this plan. I want to buy like 3 cars right now. I feel like if I buy 3 cars and I make $1,000 off each one, I'll be doing all right because I'll have $3 grand plus the money invested. Then I'll be back to where I was and want to be before all the bills, school shopping, licenses, football, and everything cut my head off.
A whole bunch of very expensive miscellaneous things and bills all came crashing down on us at like one time. And all of a sudden out of nowhere it was like, wait, what happened?
To all of our money.
Yeah, and so now we're trying to play catch up. And we have a 15-year-old that's going to be 16 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's hoping to wake up to a car. But, however, he's leaving for the weekend, so we have a couple days.
I'm going to slam his Jetta.
But he's not getting a stick shift because I'm already scared.
Why not?
Normal.
He'll be alright. Oh, here she comes, guys. Coming down the road right now. So, alright, I gotta get out here. Alright, Steven, watch out, buddy.
Yep, stay right there, don't move. That's our new truck.
Daddy! Mom, I'm gonna turn him into Leo.
What do you guys think? It's another Chevy. It needs a door handle. She's dirty just like we get them every time. Let's get this back door open. But everything opens. I like it. And, you know, rockers look like every other one. Frame solid underneath there. It's got decent tires. For some reason, I did not notice that the damn tailgate was green. I was just too geeked to get out of there. But got that. The bed looks good. Got a ding there, but it's not all rusted out there. And with a good cleaning, it's gonna look good, guys. What do you think? I paid $500 for it. 500. You think I went wrong? I just noticed. Here, let's start this pig up. Listen to that. So, yeah. Just noticed this. What do you do? It is what it is. That's not a door, it's only the 3-door. But listen to it. It runs like a Chevy. I'm happy, man. He was asking $500. Brake lines need to be done. Basically what happened, you can see he did something there, and he's got this one all coiled up over here. He said he was backing his boat down into the lake and his brake line popped, and he almost lost his truck, his trailer, his boat, everything. So he got it home. He started on the brake lines, but these, I don't know if you know anything about these, it's a pain in the butt to do. The last one I did it outside in my garage, and it was 20 degrees out in a dark garage. They don't make these easy, guys. You can see he ran. He's got one there. I'm obviously gonna clean it up. I'm gonna finish the brake line job. But 4x4 works, motor runs good. 210,000 miles, which to me, you know, it may sound like a lot to you guys, but it's nothing to me. Not with a Chevy, not in Michigan. So look at that thing, it just stands nice. Shut this hood. But yeah, I like it, guys. So we got 500. The tow was 107. I gave him 110 because I didn't have change. So we got 610. Need a door pin. We're gonna be going to the junkyard. Hey, didn't I get a door handle out of that? Hold on, guys. You remember that red truck I bought? That Silverado with the plow? Had this in the back seat? Nice. That's why I keep everything right there. Got a good handle for it. Boom, that's fixed. Driver's side window needs an actuator. We've done those in Chevys. Those are nothing. 10 minutes. Got to get to the junkyard. 20 bucks. Got to roll a brake line in the back of the van. He bought all the brake line, all stainless. Like I said, he started doing it. He did the 2 fronts, he said. Let's get a look underneath here, huh? Oh yeah, he did a hell of a job, didn't he? So he did, went over to the front. He's got 2 running to the front there. Should have 4. Should have 1, 2 coming back to the pump from the pump, and then 1 running back up to there, and 1 there. So he did all the fronts. He ran 1 to the back right here. He ran this one to the back. It's just dangling. We're gonna run that up inside the frame a little better. Yep, that's what rockers look like in Michigan. But the frame solid. So that's what I like. So I guess I have to do 60% of a brake job because I'm going to be redoing a lot of what he did. It's looking like that hood didn't latch very easy, so I think I'm gonna take that apart, lube it up, figure out if I have to adjust that lock mechanism up or down a little bit, which probably have to come up a little bit. Not a big deal. Give it a really good cleaning. I wonder if I could go to Napa and get paint match blue. They've got it in a rattle can. I mean, if I did that and then I sprayed some, you know, clear, hell, it's got to look better than the green, right? What would that be, like 20, 30 bucks? I don't know. But, so, this is the one we'll be working on. Just shot that Copart video this morning. I'm working on editing it today. Same day, guys, we sold the Jeep. Went out, I bought this, found it for 500 bucks, posted 5 minutes ago. I left. I went, I bought it, didn't even know how I was gonna get it home. Called the tow truck, he said he could be there in 30 minutes. I came home and waited. Started editing videos. Yeah, all right, we got this one here. I wanna buy 2 more, so let's go look. All right, guys, it's been a couple days since we got this home. After an ER visit and a doctor visit. The day I got this, I went and helped Britt's dad. He's running wire in his new house, and we were pulling wire through a wall, and I was pulling and it got hung up, so I kind of yanked it. Came loose, and the end of the Romex wire went right into my eye. And apparently I put a pretty big hole in my eye, and it's a pretty serious thing. So my vision's a little bit blurry still, but it's healing fast. So I got some goggles because I can't even imagine what it would feel like right now to get some rust in my eyes. It's been a pretty painful journey. The eyes, they don't like being ripped open. So we're back though. It's been a couple days. I got this. I told you the guy started the brake lines and didn't finish the job. So most of them are actually ran. I believe he ran the line to the back. He didn't get it connected to the T in the back for the rear axle, which I kind of want to do something with that line, put it up in there a little nicer. He got the front lines ran, but he could not bleed them because the bleeder screw was stuck. So I just got back from the store, and you know I like Croyle. That's my favorite penetrating oil ever, but they don't sell it in very many stores. So we got some PB Blaster and I got some Breakaway. I figure if I get 2 different brands, heck, it's got to work. And then we got 2 big bottles of brake fluid because we're going to be bleeding these brakes for a while. I mean, we're filling empty lines and that takes a good minute. So first things first, I want to get this thing jacked up in the front, get the tires off it, and start spraying penetrating fluid on these bleeder screws. Because if I can't get them off, I got to go to the junkyard and I got to grab 2 calipers, which that's not an option for me. I'm not doing that. I'm going to get these bleeder screws out, and maybe I'll show you guys how to do that if you got frozen screws. But yep, stay tuned. I'm going to get these tires off. Alright, we got it up, got them broke loose. He just had these wheels off because he was trying to bleed those front brakes. And he put in new lines. Guys, if you have to use a 4-foot breaker bar to break your lug nuts loose, you're not doing it right. These were just off. They haven't even been driven on. It's not like the brakes got hot and seized them on there. He actually put them on there that tight. Not good, guys. You'll break a stud. And it all together, it's a pain in the butt, man. I don't want to have to go get a 4-foot breaker bar and try to break, you know, lug nuts. So, all right, we're there. Let's get these tires off. All right, let's assess the situation. There's the bleeder screw. We are going to, oh yeah, he rounded it right off too. Love that. Great. Grand. Doesn't look like he really even touched this one. So, maybe he tried on the other one and he gave up. You know, he obviously gave up part way through. So, and then my other worry is that he let that get too low. And there's a crap ton of air in the lines, which that makes it a headache to bleed. So, which one should I use, guys? Which one? Which one? I've heard this is good. Oh man. Yeah, well, at least he got that in there. I mean, that looks good. This would not be the truck I'd buy to lift, that's for sure. She's been a Michigan truck all her life. And it rained, so there's water coming off of everything. That's going to be fun laying under here. I got some special goggles I'm going to use. So don't laugh at me when you see them. But I have to wear goggles when I go under here. If a piece of rust goes in my eye, I'm going to frickin' die. Like, yeah, there's a huge hole in my eye. I couldn't even open either of my eyes for 2 days. I had ice on it just to kind of help ease the pain. There's no pain relief for the eyes. They won't give you numbing drops. And I'm not one to take anything, pain pills. I just don't like them. So I just had to suffer through it, man, and it was rough. And I still have a gaping hole. I have to put ointment on my eye to close up the hole so it doesn't get infected every 4 hours. So let me get my goggles, and you guys can't laugh at me. How do I look? Kids are eating lunch. Do I look good?
Yeah.
I look freaking awesome. Alright, we're underneath the rear of the truck here, and this is about as far as he got. You see that's all coiled up there. And if you look, it's pushing out fluid onto the ground, so we've got pressure. I don't think he let the fluid get down low enough to where it completely stopped it from pushing fluid. So what we have to do is get to this right here, get that fitting off there so we can connect this line to that. He couldn't get it. Gosh, it's been dripping brake fluid for 2 days, 3 days. We're gonna spice some PB on here, and if I have to, I'll heat the piss out of it. I don't really care. I just gotta make sure I don't ruin this rubber line. yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna start messing with this, try to bend this back down to where I can get to it. Get some vice grips on it. Really, you got to be careful with these round fittings, because if you squeeze them too tight with vice grips, you will make it oval. It will compress it, so you can't squeeze it too tight. But I think with a little heat, some PB blast, and a little work, we can get it. It's the same scenario as my last Chevy I did all the brake lines on, so I've been through it before. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You got to fight it all the way. But it's definitely rewarding once you get it all done. You know you got all new brake lines, and yeah. So, let me get busy. Alright friends, with some PB blast and some heat, I got it. So, I need to figure out if I have to use this fitting because of the thread size and pattern, or if I can use this one. I'm going to cut this excess off, try to thread that into the hole. If it goes in, I'll use that new one. I'll cut it back there, slide this fitting on and reflare it and loop it up and around, and boom, it's in. Then I should have all my brake lines hooked up. I can start bleeding them. But you can see this line's definitely got pressure because it's just steadily dripping brake fluid. You want to make sure you get this on your hands and you got it all over you. Don't go touching your car, because wherever you touch the car with brake fluid, your paint's going to come off. I'm not lying. I can't stress it enough. It will trash the paint on your car. Do not ever get brake fluid on your car. So let me get a tool to cut that. I'm going to try to get this line out of this fitting, and we'll go from there, see what we got. This is actually a pretty sweet kit, guys. Ready to fit Chevrolet Silverado Sierra to 02 extended cab 4-wheel drive short bed. Now, I've got these two lines here that I can still put in. So yes, these fittings are the same. I'm going to go ahead and use a new fitting. You know, had to use vice grips to get it off there. It is the same size, so I don't know why that line was it's about 2 feet too long. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit, and because he had it bent and kinked anyway, so I didn't trust it. You bend them too much, they'll crack and they'll leak. So I'm going to cut it down, put this flare, I'll use my flare tool, put a flare on the end, use this, and we'll have brake lines, see what we got. Alright guys, this is a flare tool kit. I'm going to try to film this and show you the best I can with one eye and underneath the truck, getting dripped on, rust falling on me, all that good stuff. So yeah, let me get underneath here and see what I can do for you. Gosh, I've got brake fluid all over everything. Basically, put my flare tool in there, you slide this in the line, this pushes down, flares it, and then you take this off and you run that angle up in there, and it makes a nice tight flare. Now, let's hope it works, huh? See if I can get this thing off here. Looks pretty darn good. I can't believe how much fluid's coming out of this stupid brake line. Alright, let's get this in there. Alright guys, and that's what that looks like. We got it in. I wanted to rerun that line, but he already has it attached at the block up there. I would have had to take it off, reroute it all, rebend it, and I don't want to rebend where he's already bent, because if I crack a line, then I've got to buy my own, and I'm cheap. So we got it, it's in, so that fluid, hopefully it's just dripping down in there. We're gonna go work on caliper now, see if we can't get some bleeding action going on. Hopefully none of this leaks. I don't think it will. That was a pretty good flare, and that fitting went in there real nice. So we'll pump the brakes and we'll see, you know, what we got for spots on the ground, I guess. Yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Alright guys, so I've got, you know, a couple pieces left over. You know me, I'm cheap. You never know when you need to splice in a piece of brake line. Keeping that stuff, it's the right size. I've got a couple more from my last job. I've got my reservoir full. He never messed with this side. I'm gonna play with this one first. I put some blast on it and get a 10mm wrench. See if I can't break that loose. If I can get that cracked, I'll be happy, and I'll go to the other side. Would you look at that? We got one. We're gonna have brakes, boys. This side, not looking good. So I'm going to try to get a good 10 on there because it's pretty rounded. So if I can't do that, then I'm gonna have to use some vice grips, which is all right. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can't get it. And I had the same issue on my last Chevy. One caliper it took me a while to get it. All right, just like I thought, 10mm wrench doesn't even grab it at all. It's completely rounded. So what I got, I'm gonna put some heat to it. Not too much, and we gotta watch out for this rubber line, but if we heat this fitting up just enough, a little bit, that'll actually come out. So key tool for that is a pair of vice grips with really good teeth. This one is new. It's Harbor Freight brand, but it's new. I got a smaller set. It's got some teeth. Basically, we're gonna bank on them teeth sinking into there and holding and turning it. We can't use a big pair. Obviously, there's not enough room. So, yeah, here we go. Let's get a little bit of heat to it. See if I can't get that moving freely. It'll be real nice if I can. What you know about that, boys? Just gonna go ahead and leave them on there because it just formed its own grooves, and we're gonna get these bled, then I'll pull that off. But that's what you gotta do, man. When you're buying and selling this stuff, 80% of what you buy is gonna be stuff that people gave up on. Stuff that people didn't want to fix, things that were too tough, you know what I mean, for them and their expertise. So the better you get at fixing cars and YouTube University, I mean, there ain't nothing you can't do without YouTube. Literally, you want to build a rocket? Go on YouTube, start watching videos, and I swear to you, you will be able to build a rocket if you want to do it bad enough. Telling you guys, you're going to be doing stuff that, like this guy, he had the brake lines 80% done, you know. He had to get one more fitting on there and break that bleeder loose. And he was on the road, but he got fed up with it, man. He was laying in the road, you know, probably didn't have it up on jacks, just laying underneath this thing, and he fought those other lines in, and he reached his boiling point, and he just said, screw it, threw in the towel, and sold this thing for nothing. This is a nice truck for 500 bucks. I don't care what anyone says. I've bought worse for more. You guys have seen it on my channel, you know. A good cleaning, all new brake lines on here. I even have new shocks for this thing. I'm going to tighten the torsion bars. We're going to bring that front end up a little bit, make it sit a little taller. This thing's going to sell, guys. But just know, you know, this is tip of the day is you're going to be buying things that people gave up on, things that were too hard for them. So the better you get at this stuff, the better you get at figuring out how to break loose stuck bolts. You know, there's videos out there on just breaking frozen bolts and bleeder screws. Watch a couple of videos and put it to practice. You know, I learned on my last truck from YouTube. Stuck bleeder screw, put heat to it, get your vice grips on there, make grooves. Don't be spinning your vice grips on there. If it starts spinning, tighten it, clamp it tighter. You know, put heat to it, try to rock it back and forth. Heat it up some more, rock it back and forth. I got it moving, now I got it working. So I'm stoked. It's gonna work out, man. So let me get these brakes bled. I'll go get a kid out here to pump this pedal for me. We'll see if we got leaks, and hopefully this is pretty straightforward. We get these bled and I can go drive this thing. Man, that poor feller was having a hell of a time. This line right here, now that we bled both fronts, sprung a leak right here at this fitting. So, and I'm sure he knew that was there because I think he tried bleeding this side. This side was pretty bled. So I got to take this off, cut it back, reflare it, and put it on because it is a slow leak and there's a lot of pressure and brake pressure. So it'll eventually cause air in the lines, low fluid. It'll be a nightmare. If we're gonna do it, we might as well do it right and finish it right. But yeah, you ever had those days where your car's broke down? It's 10 o'clock at night. You got to get to work the next day, and you're just frustrated as all hell. I'm thinking that's the time he had with this one. So I guess let's get in here, whack that off, move that fitting up, and reflare it. Alright. Alright. Got the front done. Best I could. It's all bled. It's not blowing out air anymore. I got to bleed these back brakes because that's a heck of a long line to be running and replacing. That was all full of air. So that's got to pump down through, and it's going to go to both, and it's going to be a pain in the butt, and it's going to take a lot of pumping. This bleeder screw here is in a super bad shape as well. So I'm going to be doing some work trying to get them broke loose, because even though the fronts are done, the backs aren't. There's like no pedal, so I got to bleed something. And worst case scenario, I couldn't get this bleeder, I could break it here and I could bleed it right there and get, you know, 80% of the air out of there. And it's best to bleed it there. That'll give you a nice firm pedal. It'll feel good. That's what we want. So I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to try to break it loose, but I don't know. We'll see. These ones, I'd get my 10 on there, and there's not much to grab with a vice grip. Like most bleeder screws stick out farther. That one's pretty tight to the caliper. There's a leaf spring in the way, and yeah. Oh, look at that frame. Frame looks good. That's all that matters on these things. Good solid frame, good running. It's got 4-wheel drive. This thing will sell. So I'm happy. Let's see what happens. All right, we got it. Look at my driveway though. Jeez, oh Pete. Please, somebody in the comments tell me how to get this stuff out of my driveway. I hate it when it looks like that. Every tool in my garage out here trying to do this. I know why he quit. Definitely know why he quit. But we got it. It's sitting out here. We drove it. We end up having to bleed it from the brake line and not the bleeder, so it's got a little bit of air in the lines, but it's got good brakes. It doesn't go, pedal doesn't go to the floor. It's good. I am going to get it and clean it. She needs a good cleaning. I might try to figure out how to fix this handle, because if you look, it just needs a pin that goes down through there. I might just be able to fix that, because the handle worked. If not, I got another handle, you know. But it needs a dang good cleaning. So got it out here. Britt and I are going to get cleaning it, and I probably should get to the junkyard and get that window regulator for the driver's side, because you know you can't sell a car when the driver's window don't go down. That's the important window right there. But most importantly, we got the brake lines in. It's drivable. You saw it got towed here, so this is probably going to be a long video. We will do cleaning and window regulator in the next one, and we'll get this for sale. I'll let you know what we made. So far we got 500 bucks into it, got 107 for shipping, so 607, and I haven't bought a thing for it, so 607, and finishing up the brake lines, so not too bad. Appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, I'm grateful. Thank you guys for watching the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers. What's up? Completely appreciate you guys watching the videos and commenting. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. See ya. I don't even have my tools cleaned up all the way yet from the brake line job. Truck's still sitting there. We had to take a beeline out. 72,000 miles. He claims it's original. You're not going to believe this story. You're going to have to click the bell and watch the next video. Make sure you get notified. This one's going to blow your mind. It's one of them ones that usually your buddy's telling you about that he found. This thing is insane. And I believe it. The house we picked this thing up from, and yeah, holy cow. You're going to have to watch the next video to see this one. Peace. Thanks for watching.